Yo, Raider Nation, what's good? It's time to fire up that silver and black pride because we've got some massive Las Vegas Raiders news to dive into today. Buckle up because we're talking about the electrifying shakeup in our running back room, a gut punch injury to a former Raider, and what it all means for our squad's 2025 NFL season. Are you ready to roll with the Raiders as we charge toward a new era of just win, baby? Let's get into it. The Las Vegas Raiders are coming off a rough 2024, where our ground game was, let's be real, the weakest in the NFL, dead last with just 1,357 rushing yards. But hold up, because 2025 is looking like a whole new vibe. We've got rookie sensation Ashton Janney, the number 6 overall pick, bringing Heisman-level swagger to the backfield, paired with veteran speedster Raheem Mostert, who's ready to light it up. Meanwhile, former Raider Alexander Madison's brutal neck injury with the Miami Dolphins is shaking up fantasy football and has us reflecting on our revamped roster. How's this new-look Raiders run game going to dominate? Stick around, because we're breaking it all down. Now, let's talk about the absolute game-changer in our backfield, Ashton Janney. This dude is a straight-up beast, and Raider Nation is buzzing about what he's going to do in 2025. Drafted out of Boise State, Janney ran for a jaw-dropping 2,601 yards last season, second most in NCAA history, and now he's got the keys to our offense. Head coach Pete Carroll and offensive guru Chip Kelly are tailoring the playbook to his explosive style, and early reports from training camp are straight fire. Janney's vision, balance, and ability to break tackles have folks like former All-Pro Maurice Jones-Drew calling him the best RB prospect he's ever scouted. But here's the kicker. While Janney's the shiny new toy, the Raiders aren't putting all their eggs in one basket. Raheem Mostert, the 33-year-old vet we snagged from Miami, brings that lightning speed and experience with 1,012 yards and 18 TDs back in 2023. Coach Carroll's hinting at a thunder and lightning duo, which has me hyped. Imagine Janney bulldozing through defenses and Mostert streaking past him. The depth chart also lists Zamir White and Sincere McCormick. But with Janney and Mostert leading the charge, are we finally about to see a Raiders run game that strikes fear into opponents? What do you think, Raider Nation? Can this crew flip the script on our ground game? Speaking of flipping the script, let's shift gears to some tough news about a former Raider. Alexander Madison, who was a solid fantasy football pick for us last year, is out for the entire 2025 season after a scary neck injury in his first preseason game with the Miami Dolphins. Before going down, Madison was averaging a respectable 9.7 full PPR points per game for us in 2024, grinding it out behind a shaky O-line. His move to Miami was supposed to pair him with Devon Achane for a killer 1-2 punch, but now the Dolphins are scrambling with backups like Jalen Wright and Ollie Gordon too. This injury's got fantasy football managers rethinking their draft boards, with Achane stock soaring as Miami's likely workhorse. This news hits hard for Raider Nation, too, because Madison was one of the few bright spots in our backfield last year. While he wasn't a superstar, his 4.7 yards per carry in limited action showed he could ball. Now, with him sidelined, it's a reminder of how smart the Raiders were to overhaul the RB room. Janney's arrival and Mostert's signing feel like a masterstroke by GM John Spytek, especially when you consider how injuries can derail a season. Miami's loss is our gain, but it's tough to see Madison go through this. Drop a comment. How do you feel about Madison's injury? And does it make you more grateful for our new RB duo? Now, let's zoom in on Ashton Janney's bold goals for 2025, because this rookie isn't messing around. In an interview with CBS Sports, Janney said he's gunning for 1,500 rushing yards and 10 to 20 touchdowns in his debut season. That's a lofty target. Only 7 rookies in NFL history have hit 1,500 yards. But if anyone can do it, it's this kid. His college tape is unreal. 7.0 yards per carry, 29 TDs, and 862 receiving yards to boot. He's not just a runner. He's a 3-down weapon who can catch passes and block like a vet. Chip Kelly's calling his contact balance rare, and Pete Carroll's got him working on pass protection to be a complete back. The hype around Janney is real, and it's not just Raider Nation buzzing. NFL Network's Maurice Jones-Drew said Janney's skill set, vision, receiving, blocking, makes him a full package who could carry the Raiders' run game to new heights. With Geno Smith at QB and Brock Bowers stretching defenses, Janney's got the pieces around him to make a legit run at Offensive Rookie of the Year. But here's the question. With Mostert splitting carries, will Janney get enough touches to hit those monster stats? Or will Carroll's committee approach keep him fresh but cap his numbers? Let me know in the comments. What's your prediction for Janney's rookie year? Let's talk about Raheem Mostert for a minute, because this guy's addition is flying under the radar. After leading the NFL with 18 rushing TDs in 2023, Mostert's coming to Vegas with something to prove. Sure, he's 33 and had a down year in 2024, averaging just 3.3 yards per carry in Miami, but that speed is still elite. Reuniting with Chip Kelly, who coached him as a rookie, could unlock his 2022-23 form when he averaged 4.9 yards a pop. Training camp reports say he's looking sharp, weaving through drills with that signature burst. The thing is, Mostert's injury history is a concern. He's been banged up in the past, and at his age, staying healthy for a full season is no guarantee. That's where the Raiders' depth comes in clutch. Zamir White, who's back from a quad injury and looking leaner, and Sincere McCormick, who flashed with nearly 6 yards per carry last season, give us options. But Mostert's role as RB2 could be huge if he stays on the field. Imagine him spelling Janney for a few carries, then breaking off a 50-yard TD run. Raider Nation, are you buying Mostert as a key piece, or is he just a stopgap until Janney takes over? Drop your thoughts below. Now, let's look at the bigger picture for the Raiders' 2025 season. Last year, our run game was a sore spot, 3.6 yards per attempt, worst in the league. But with Janney, Mostert, and a beefed-up offensive line featuring Colton Miller and Jackson Powers-Johnson, we're poised for a breakout. Chip Kelly's run-heavy scheme, paired with Pete Carroll's let's compete mentality, has the potential to turn this team into a ground-and-pound juggernaut. The depth chart shows Janney as the starter, Mostert is RB2, and White and McCormick fighting for scraps. But Carroll's made it clear he loves a committee approach. What got me pumped is how this run game could open up the passing attack. With Brock Bowers stretching the field and Jakobi Meyers hopefully getting an extension, Geno Smith might finally have the balanced offense he needs. Last season, we saw what happens when defenses stack the box against a weak run game. Geno struggled, and we went nowhere. Now, with Jeanty and Mostert forcing defenses to respect the run, could this be the year we see a playoff push? I'm feeling optimistic, but I want to hear from you. How many wins do you think this offense could deliver in 2025? Let's circle back to Madison's injury and what it means for the NFL landscape. His absence leaves Miami in a bind, with Devon Achane likely to see a massive workload. Fantasy managers are already bumping Achane up draft boards, with some projections putting him above Derrick Henry or even Janney at RB5. For Raider Nation, this is a bittersweet moment. Madison was a grinder for us, but his departure paved the way for Jeanty and Mostert to take center stage. It's a reminder of how fragile an NFL career can be and why our front office went all in on rebuilding the backfield. The Dolphins' loss highlights just how stacked our RB room is now. Janney's a potential superstar, Mostert's a proven vet, and White and McCormick add depth that Miami can only dream of right now. As we head into the preseason, all eyes will be on how Jeanty and Mostert gel in Kelly's system. Will we see that thunder and lightning combo Carroll's teasing, or will Janney take over as the workhorse? The first preseason game is just days away, and I'm itching to see our boys in silver and black hit the field. What's your biggest hope for the Raiders' backfield in that first game? All right, Raider Nation, we're wrapping this up, but the excitement's just getting started. The Las Vegas Raiders are building something special for 2025, and with Ashton Janney and Raheem Mostert leading the charge, our run game could be the key to turning this team around. From Madison's tough break to Janney's sky-high potential, there's so much to talk about. So, hit that like button, drop a comment with your predictions for the season, and subscribe to stay locked in for all the latest Las Vegas Raiders news. Don't forget to share this video with every Raiders fan you know. Let's spread the silver and black pride far and wide. Whether you're hyped for Janney's rookie season, curious about Mostert's role, or just praying for a playoff run, let's keep the Raider Nation vibe strong. Tell me in the comments, who's your X Factor for the Raiders in 2025, and how many yards do you think Janney's going to rack up? Let's go Raiders. Just win, baby.